Okay, I'm not sure if it's too loud or what. Because as I've said, I'm having a bit of problems with the sound. Um, yeah, not quite sure what to do here. So, we're going to be watching a video, Mr. Ramaphosa's first video that he did when he became leader of South Africa. Let us just have a look at this and see how many things he was actually true to and how many things were just actually said because it was his um his first speech. Lots of people say things without meaning it, but when it comes to leading a country, not a good look to actually say things without meaning it, because there are millions of people, their whole lives, their whole future is okay depending on you. So let us see how much of this was just all talk and no action.
To invite the Honorable President-elect to address the House.
Thank you. Thank you. Pass up. Madam Speaker, Chief Justice, Mogoeng, I'd like to thank everyone for, and you especially, Madam Speaker, for giving me this brief opportunity. When I walked in, I had occasion to go past where the Chief Justice was robing himself. And as he emerged, I saw him fully robed up with having taken off his tie and suit jacket. I looked at him and I said, Chief Justice, when this position of Chief Justice came up, I said I'd like it to pass me by because of the robing. It's a position that I could have opted for, but because of this robing business, I thought, no, I'm not quite interested in it.
Right there, I do not believe it. For the plain and simple reason, who on earth, being a greedy kind of person, would actually pass up being a leader of, you see, a country, and would rather say no, 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 I don't want that. I'm so humble. I would rather take some job which is much lower down. You can't steal as much. Simple.
But we had a bit of a conversation, and in the end I said, well, I seem to have taken on a much more difficult task. And the Chief Justice laughed at me. So Chief Justice, it's a real pleasure to have you here, and thank you very much for having changed your program. I'd like to thank all the members of this assembly. I thank you for the honor that you bestow on me by electing me to this position. I truly feel humbled to have been given this great privilege of being able to serve our people. I also want to extend my gratitude to
Right there as well, to serve our people. And who are your people? Yourself, your cronies, your friends, family members, because it, as sure as peanuts, are not the people.
leaders of political parties who are here, as well as the media. This, for
Your
me, is
chummies.
a truly humbling occasion. Soon, once I'm sworn in, I will no longer be a member of this House. I will miss being a member, but that does not bring this collegiate feeling that I have with all members here, because I will be coming to this House on a regular basis to exercise my accountability.
What happened to all of that? Accountability. Has, this man been held accountable for one little thing he has done? He has lied and stolen for the past 8 years. And let us get one thing straight. It's not the color of I'm telling you his skin. It's the character, integrity of the person.
As President of the Republic, to answer your questions and to interact
Republic of
with
South
you on
Africa.
a range of matters that affect the lives of our people. One of the things that I will be seeking to do is to have an opportunity, which I started doing when I was appointed Deputy President. I will seek to work with all political parties and will
To work with all political parties. He actually bullied them so badly that some left. But every 4 years or whatever it is, I don't even know, ANC's things in the roads and on the poles. We must work together.
We'll start it off with wanting to have a meeting with the leaders of all political parties so that we can try and find a way of working together. And I'm heartened by some of the sentiments expressed here about working together, which I will want to touch on. And I will do all this as a servant of our people, because I do believe that when one is
A servant of the people, This man has not served one day in his life. Us, okay? Us people are paying him salaries. His fat salary. He steals. He lies. Mr. President.
Elected in this type of position, you basically become a servant of the people of South Africa. And I'll seek to execute
not
that
you.
task with humility, with faithfulness, and with dignity as well. That is what I will seek to do.
And then he calls white people, brown people, who, okay, have left, okay, South Africa, or thinking of it, cowards, that we don't want to accept the transformation. To what? Famine, hunger, starvation, death. Disgusting.
And I'd like to thank all the parties that have spoken. This is not a moment for me to speak because that moment will be accorded to me tomorrow, I believe. But listening to all the parties who have expressed a whole lot of sentiments here, it is almost like in our culture, when a young man becomes a man, you are given almost instructions. Nga Chivenda riri ualaiwa. Ualaiwa, wabuziwa uri arali umunna uita hezi na hezi na hezi. Wadoba wabuziwa uri usongoita hezi na hezi. So what all of you have been saying here, it's almost like saying to me, we're offering you advice, we're offering you suggestions. Some have even offered some threats. Honorable, before I get to that, and many of you have spoken about unity, you've spoken about patriotism, you've spoken largely about how we can all work together to improve the lives of our
ANC slogan, let's work together.
people. That has a great deal of resonance with I believe in and what I intend to do. Now, very briefly, and just responding to some of the good wishes, some of the advice that I've received, Honorable Maimani ends his wonderful words and almost soils them by saying, I'm going to see you in 2019. Now, I think he's running ahead of himself. He's running ahead of himself because, Honorable Maimani, I'm going to be seeing you regularly here in this house on an ongoing basis. So leave 2019 aside. Let us deal with the current moment and work together on how we are going to improve the lives of our people rather than grandstanding, rather than standing on big platforms. That's all.
That's so rich from somebody who is so concerned about optics. How do I look? I must go to G7, G20. Look at me. Yeah.
All I want to say. Honorable Singh, I'd like to thank you. I'm sorry that Honorable Buthelezi is not here, that his plane was recalled back to Durban. I'm sorry about that. I I would have loved to receive the good wishes from him as well.
I'm
The
sure.
issues that you have raised, issues that have to do with corruption, issues of how we can straighten out our state-owned enterprises,
Corruption, to straighten it out so that you see all the money comes to me.
and how we deal with state capture are
State
issues that
capture,
are on our radar screen. Those are issues that
comrades,
we're going to be addressing.
and cadres and
tomorrow
that.
we will also have an opportunity to outline some of the steps that we are going to be taking. Honorable Kubisa,
You're the
I
biggest
thank you
thief.
because you went to the heart of the matter by talking about patriotism and how we can work together to put our country first. That is precisely what
And what is happening today? There are protests against foreigners, and they are putting foreigners first, not the people of South Africa.
I, as President of the Republic, would want to do. South Africa must come first in everything that we all do. General Olomisa, who continues to call me his Secretary General, because when he was a member of the African National Congress, we called each other with wonderful endearments, and I said, General,
African National Communist
continues to
Party,
say
yeah.
Secretary General, and I accept that. And I agree with you that we should find ways of working together on issues, as you said correctly, of national interest. And when ndiyavuma, General wam zawutya inyama, zakubiza ukuthi sizawutya inyama, and that already is a good sign of demonstrating that across party lines, we should have an opportunity of sitting together and eating meat. And I would like to take you up on that. Zawutya inyama nawe. Honorable Groenewald, yes, I want to join you in saying that it would be wonderful if the level of debate in this House can be raised to a level where we really begin to engage on national issues without screaming at each other, without words like a point of order on an ongoing basis, and the disorder that has often defined what happens in this House.
It's very difficult to speak to a person with the ideology mentality. Besides being a Marxist, communist, whatever, because they are basically stuck in 1920. The thing that really amazes me is that people don't realize how much the world has changed. What happens anywhere in the world is picked up within seconds. And there were so many parties that left because of the ANC's arrogance and pride. Arrogance and pride. That it just became impossible to actually work with each other. And like there's this thing, if you make a bad choice or you are too stubborn to actually think about the choice I'm making today, what is going to happen in the future to all the people. And I can actually think of many bad choices which have been made, which is going to affect the people in South Africa.
Yes, I will want us to rise to that level. And also, and I agree that you would want a president who will respect not only this House, but the members of this House. I join you completely on that. But I think the flip side of that coin also says that we should respect one another. But in respect,
Yeah, Ramaphosa, you do not respect anybody, only until you comrades that think the same as you, for your so called utopia that is never, ever going to happen. And one thing, respect is okay, earned. It's not just given, it's earned.
respecting one another, it means that we are respecting this house that our people set up. It means that we will be respecting our people. So I would say that let's underpin everything that we do here
And this is
through a
very odd.
great sign of respect to our people,
Why
because when
is he
our people look
targeting?
at this parliament, they see themselves represented, and they don't want to see disorder, they don't want to see poor levels of debate, they want to.
And yet, we've got these jujus and these little cadres and all this behaving like children, boxing matches and picking up people and literally picking up people and throwing them out. Sorry, respect is earned.
To see debates that are going to lead to the improvement of their lives. Let us rise to
Whose
that
life?
occasion.
Yours.
Reverend Mishwe and I share a history together. And maybe it's
I'm
important
sure
that
you
we should
do.
both confess now. We were at university together, and we both belong to the student.
I'm still going to actually cover the Marikana thing where 34 miners got shot down because this one was angry and he told the cops, shoot them. And those men, miners, their whole families have never, ever, ever been helped out.
Christian movement. The difference was, or is, that I was his leader when we were members of the student Christian movement. And he
God.
followed me. And so it's wonderful that we are both in this parliament representing our.
This absolutely scares me senseless. If we had to know all their little dark, dirty little wheelings and dealings and everything, not fit to lead a country.
people. Yes, Reverend Mishwe, we will pay heed to the advice that you're giving, that we should choose a great team. That's precisely what our people deserve, to have a team that will work for in their interests.
For their interest, you
Yes,
are quite right about that.
and also that
The
all
Grace
of
team.
us, it does
What
not
a
only
joke.
behove on the president, but all of us should be able to work and lead our people with great courage. And that is precisely what we will seek to do. Deputy President of the AIC, yes, you and I were both deputy presidents of our organization. I'm sorry that you've lagged behind a little bit. But, but I'd like to welcome your very kind words where you say you will support the work that I will be doing, and that you will give as much support to what we will all be doing collectively. So I thank you for that, my dearest DP. Thank you very much. To the leader of the PAC, yes, this is not yet Uhuru. We've never thought that this was Uhuru. What we've always said is that we are going to seek to improve the lives of our people on an ongoing basis. And since 1994, we've done precisely that. The lives of our people have been improving on an ongoing basis, and the commitment.
That is a blatant lie. The lives of their people have not improved. This water camps have seriously expanded. Joblessness, children falling pregnant, still at school, young men with, I'm telling you, diplomas can't find work. I haven't heard one thing so far that has been done. Now, this is just me. His chummies and himself, their pockets have been overflowing.
That you will find on this side, which commitment I would like you also to be part of, is that all of us should continue to improve the lives of our people and take their lives to a higher level. I'd like to end by thanking my comrade Jackson Mtembu.
There you go, my comrade. He's a commie. He's a commie through and through. Mentally, he's stuck thinking it's 1920. Marx, Lenin, all that. Why do you think he's so chummy with Xi Jinping and Russia?
For your most
Putin.
wonderful words, I thank you. And I'm here as a result of the support that I've received from my organization, the African National Congress. The African National Congress, which continues to lead the national democratic revolution in our country, to bring about.
There we go. Revolution. Juju said the other day, I can't quite remember, but it was something to the effect of there's going to be death because you can't have a death without a revolution. It's just those little words: comrade, revolution, we've been friends for so long. All this is one big spider web.
About change is what has put many of us here in this house.
Yeah,
And our
that's the
intent is to
problem.
continue, indeed, to
Corruption.
improve the lives of our people. And ladies and gentlemen, members of this house, Madam Speaker and Chief Justice, that is what I would like to say at this moment. And thank you all for this great opportunity that I've been given. And I will try to work very hard not to disappoint the people of South Africa. Thank you very much.
Yeah, the glorious leader of South Africa. If I was a school teacher, I would fail him. Farm murders, crime rate, children going to school, and their pass level is okay 30%. History is changed. Corruption, the lies, and who are your friends? Communists, socialists, Marxists, terrorists. Oh, let's not forget the big thing: MTN. Suddenly, this one's on the board of directors, and it gets spun to the media. He's a businessman. Ay, ay, ay. Ek sê jou nou mense, ek sê jou nou. As I said, if I happen to be a school teacher, he'd fail on every single point. And really, with all these foreigners pouring in, anyway, that was the end. I've had my say. And yet I know that there are some black leaders that are really good for the country. Like uh, Prince Michelle, whatever his name is. Him I could easily vote for. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.